Electricity Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa is on an oversight visit to Eskom power station Kusile in Mpumalanga this week. Today, he's focusing on Mpumalanga's Kusile and Kendal power stations. Ramakgopa says he's already engaged specialists to hit the ground running in tracking the country's rolling blackouts. Let's go to eNCA's Heidi Giokos, who is there in Mpumalanga for us. Heidi, just first of all, this being the minister's first address ever since becoming South Africa's very first electricity minister. I believe he's still getting briefed somewhere behind closed doors?
Yes, he is, Masako. So today he will be visiting Kusile Power Station, where we currently are here in Dalmas and Mpumalanga. And then we'll be moving over to Urgies to Kendal Power Station. We do know that this is part of his program to visit all coal-fired power stations. He'll also be going to the Western Cape to visit Coburg, and this is all part of trying to understand how our power stations work. One is fully aware of the massive energy crisis that we are facing in this country at this stage, and the minister is given a very difficult and tough job to ensure that we see no more rolling blackouts. It's interesting, though, because in the past 2 days or 3 days or so, we haven't had any load shedding, and we've dropped down to stage 1 and 2 load shedding. So it's going to be interesting to hear from the minister if he had anything to do with this, if he was dancing to any of his ancestors or gods, because we do know he has been trending for those dance videos. But on a more serious note, this is one of the very problematic power stations, Kusile Power Station. It was supposed to be completed in 2014, and we do know that it's only set to be completed in 2025. I did show our viewers a little bit earlier, but let's do it again. There is only one unit that is working out of the 6 units. Initially, it was 4 units out of the 6 working, and because of that breakdown last year, October, of one of the chimneys, there was an issue with one of the chimneys. We do know that only one of them are currently working at this stage. Teddy and I, Maseko, were actually doing the calculations, and it seems as though this power station is currently only working at about 15% capacity, because one unit provides about 800 to 1,000 megawatts of electricity, and there's only one unit that's currently working at this stage, which is alarming, because you have a power station that has 6 units, so ordinarily plus minus it's supposed to provide probably over about 6,000 megawatts of electricity, and it's currently only providing about 800 megawatts because of that only one unit that is working. It's always been a problematic power station. It's cost billions. It's still not complete. I can't even tell you how old it is because it's not complete, because it's 6 units, 4 have only been working. Now there's only 1 working. And it's supposed to be one of our newer coal-fired power stations, and that's not really the case. What's also alarming that we were alerted to last year, April, when Scopa was here under the leadership of Andre de Ruyter, was that every coal-fired power station is supposed to have a coal mine, and this particular power station does not have a coal mine on site. There are about 700 trucks that need to be used to transport the coal from a nearby coal mine to this power station to, of course, generate the electricity. So there are many problems here, and I'm sure the minister is going to be briefed about this, and during his walkabout we'll be able to really see the many challenges that this power station faces.
And of course, when it comes to Kusile, Heidi, what's also important is the fact that the Environmental Affairs Minister also exempted Kusile from going through air quality controls, I guess in desperation for our power crisis and the fact that we are, under a state of disaster when it comes to this.
Yes, exactly, and that is an important point, because previously the Eskom CEO alerted us to the fact that this power station cannot operate to full capacity because of environmental factors at play here. And the fact that the Minister of Environmental Affairs, Baba Creasy, has come out exempting Kusile Power Station, it might be a step in the right direction. However, environmentally, it might not be a good thing. But the concern with this particular power station is that if they are unable to get all 6 units up and running, there was a concern that the country was going to be pushed into stage 8 load shedding. So I think the Minister of Electricity is going to have to explain to us if that is still a possibility, given the operational challenges that the other 3 units are facing. And now, because of this exemption, does it still mean that we could possibly be facing any higher levels, higher than stage 6 load shedding, because this power station is not operating at full capacity?
Well, Heidi Giokos, let's leave it there for now as you try and gather more information. Of course, we do remember that Kusile as well as Medupi have been our very problematic power stations. They were supposed to be built within a certain period. It took longer. The budget ballooned from millions to billions, and still we're being told by government that there were some things that were not built correctly.